reconciliation. A number of organizations have come together to organize this teach-in today, and it's designed to learn. We're going to learn about this corporation that resides here in this building. And the Mother Nature has been extremely cooperative. We have such great weather, and so we're really thankful for that part. And we have a number of people, so I just want to start with, I'll be introducing people, and to begin with, we have Reverend Rita Brock.
I'm Rita Brock. I'm with an organization called Face Voices for the Common Good, and more importantly, with the Interfaith Tent in Oakland. And I want to say that if under the law, Bechtel Corporation counts as a person, then we need to really face into the fact that Bechtel Corporation is a psychopath. Which means they have no capacity for empathy, they don't care about anybody else's feelings, they will lie, steal, or con people to get what they want, and they're a completely incorrigible repeat offender.
Yeah, that's right!
And I've been tracking Bechtel Corporation since the days of Ronald Reagan when they decided to tap him to be their person to make sure that they could have their way. And another problem with a psychopath is even if you show them their wrong behavior, they cannot learn. They're repeat offenders, they're incorrigible, and the only solution for them is life in prison.
Yeah.
Some people want to execute. I don't believe in the death penalty, but maybe disbanding a corporation is the same as a death penalty. I don't know, but I belong to a tradition that's supposed to forgive repentant sinners, like Newt Gingrich keeps reminding us. But in fact, we also have a responsibility to hold people accountable for their behavior, to assume that they can learn right from wrong, and when wrong is pointed out to them, they will change. And if they can't change, we can forgive them, but we don't have to let them keep doing what they're doing.
Right.
So I submit that we should take Bechtel to court as a psychopathic person who needs a life term in prison.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a whole host of great speakers tell you about their repeat offenses and their high crimes against humanity. I just want to say that from the time of the Reagan administration, Bechtel has continued to be one of the worst corporations in the history of the planet. So let's convict them as incorrigible repeat criminal psychopaths. Amen?
Amen.
Some of you may have heard that the Bechtel Corporation receives a little bit of cash from the Pentagon. And so to talk about that and related issues is Michael Eisenscher. Michael is the National Coordinator of U.S. Labor Against the War and one of the founding members of the New Priorities campaign here in the Bay Area.
How's everybody doing?
Great.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to get up on that. I'll concentrate on speaking instead of standing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
No.
Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to share a little bit from, well, I didn't find this on Bechtel's Facebook page, but it should be. A privately held corporation controlled by one family for 4 generations over 100 years. Riley Bechtel is the CEO. The 2 Bechtel brothers together are worth $6 billion. They have had 23,000 projects in 140 countries, including Hoover Dam and the cleanup of Chernobyl and 3 Mile Island, the Channel, and the Boston Big Dig. In 3 Mile Island, they sent workers into radioactive radioactive areas without protective gear, and they were fined for that. Water privatization. They took over Bolivia's water system from the Cochabamba water system in 2000. Massive rate hikes led to mass protests. The contract was canceled, and the company turned around and sued the poorest country in South America for $25 million. Water systems. They did a San Francisco water system upgrade. It took 4 years and cost $45 million. They charged $157 an hour for staff time. They billed for laundry, international travel, and meals, and even donuts. None of which was authorized under the contract. In 2002, the PUC canceled the contract. They've been listed with 730 incidents of hazardous waste spills by the EPA between 90 and 97 alone. They received 40% of all the U.S. nuclear power plant construction contracts over 30 years. They botched the construction of San Onofre reactor by installing the reactor backwards. They were fined by the the Nuclear Regulatory Commission for violations at 3 Mile Island. I mentioned that. They're the 17th largest defense contractor with $27.9 billion in 2011. They have 52,000 employees in 50 countries. They help build modern Iraq, not modern Iraq post-invasion. They built modern Iraq for Saddam Hussein. They also built about one quarter of their work comes from work in the Middle East. They worked for Saddam Hussein right up to the point where he invaded Kuwait. Between 83 and 87, while Hussein was dropping 19,500 chemical bombs on the Kurds, Bechtel lobbied for a pipeline. They sent Rumsfeld in 83 to lobby for the Iraq-Jordan pipeline. They didn't get the contract. 4 months after gassing the Kurds, they consulted with Hussein's government for the construction of a petrochemical plant with dual-use technology. In 91, when the UN inspected that plant, they found the makings of weapons of mass destruction. In reports to the United Nations, between 96 and 2000, Bechtel was listed among 2 dozen corporations that had supplied banned weapons, military logistics, and construction to Iraq while the U.S. was enforcing its sanctions.
Wow.
This is the kind of corporations we're dealing with. I've got more. I've got the finance contributions. By the way, they're equal opportunity contributors. They're willing to corrupt Democrats or Republicans. It doesn't matter. They like Republicans better. They give them more money, but they're not bashful about buying Democrats. So this is the sociopathic, psychological, psychopath company that deserves to be in prison. Thank you.
Thank you. Woo!